Prosecution's so-called first hostile witness said it was Vice President Sara Duterte who ordered the handover of millions in confidential funds to her security officer. We have more from mobile journalist Merimon Reyes. Merimon, first off, balikan lang natin, sino ba si Gina Acosta and ganong kahalaga ang kanyang testimonya sa impeachment proceedings?
Itong si Gina Acosta, ang Special Disbursing Officer ng Office of the Vice President, pero former kasi hanggang 2023 na lang siya naging SDO ng OVP, pero way back pa nung mayor naman ng Davao City, itong si VP Sara Duterte, Special Disbursing Officer din siya. At bilang Special Disbursing Officer, siya yung responsable pagdating sa pag-encash at pag-disburse o yung pagbabahagi ng pera o yung pondong gagamitin for certain purposes. Pero dito, sa kasong ito, ang pinakatinatanong sa kanya ay patungkol doon sa confidential funds ng OVP, 125 million pesos noong fourth quarter ng 2022 at 375 million pesos naman noong unang quarter ng 2023. At nung mga unang linggo kasi para sa article of impeachment na to na alleging yung misuse of public funds or confidential funds, in-establish muna ng prosecution yung naging yung daloy ng pera from the National Treasury papunta na dito sa ahensya. Ngayon, ang isa sa tinututukan ng prosecution sa kanilang pagtatanong ay yung kung sino yung nagiging accountable pagdating dito at anong violation yung nakikita nila alinsunod doon sa Joint Circular 2015-01 na batayan ng COA sa kanilang compliance audit at sa kung ano ang tamang paggamit ng confidential funds. Says.
Sinabi ni Acosta that it was the Vice President who ordered the release of the money that they withdrew from Land Bank to the OVP security officer. Di ba 125 million ba ito o yung buong half a billion ang napunta kay Colonel La Chica?
Parehong nangyari yan, Ses. Yung 125 million noong 2022, yung 375 noong 2023, kaya pumapatak ito ng kalahating bilyong piso. At ito yung sinabi ni Acosta, kinumpirma niya kanina, na utos ni VP Sara Duterte na ibigay dito sa security officer o commander-chief or chief commander ng Vice Presidential Security and Protection Group na si Colonel Raymond Dante Lachica, itong confidential funds. And ito yung sinabi ng COA last week na direct violation ito ng Joint Circular dahil tanging SDO lang ang maaaring gumawa noon, yung pag-encash, lalong-lalo yung pag-disburse at direct violation daw ito ng Joint Circular. Ang sinasabi naman ni Acosta ay si La Chica naman daw kasi ang may alam, ang expert daw sa field, lalong-lalo na pagdating sa pag-implement ng confidential programs or operations. At oras naman daw na ma-receive ni La Chica yung confidential funds, magsasabit naman daw ito ng utilization report na magsisibing ebidensyang na-implement daw itong mga programa. Pero ang sinabi rin kanina, hindi rin daw tiyak yung ilang surveillance operations, lugar o kaya naman target o eksaktong halaga noong ginawa nila itong physical and financial plan na may inputs din mula kay La Chica kasi plano pa lang naman daw ito. Pero no accomplishment report, doon na lumabas yung ilang aktibidad kabilang yung tree planting, yung financial assistance, pati yung medical assistance. Says.
Acosta also revealed programs that were not in the plan but were included in the accomplishment report. Could you explain how this happened and anong paliwanag niya dito?
Bago kasi magkaroon nung pag-disburse, yung cash advances, there should be a physical financial plan or PFP from these agencies. And according to Acosta, inputs for the plan also came from La Chica. Pero according to the documents, walang pangalan ni La Chica, walang pirma ni La Chica. Ang pirma na meron dito is galing kay VP Sara Duterte. And did you explain ni Acosta, plano pa lang naman daw at wala naman daw sinasabi yung joint circular na dapat itemized yung activities na ilalagay nila doon sa plan. At dahil plano pa lang ito, pero nilinaw niyo naman na pagdating naman daw sa accomplishment report, ito na raw yung actual at ito naman yung naging detalyado na nila na paglilista ng activities that would include yung financial assistance, yung medical assistance, yung tree planting. Pero pinoint out naman kanina ni Attorney Armando Virgil Libutan from the prosecution, actually ang nakalagay sa joint circular, dapat specified. Yan din yung sinabi ni State Auditor Sailin May del Campo, lalo-lalo na sa mga dokumentong pinapasa ng ahensya para suportahan yung kanilang paggastos ng confidential funds. Says.
At some point, Mary Mon, Senator Erwin Tulfo stood up And he indicated his displeasure na parang, ewan ko kung parang nagmamaang-maangan ba itong witness na hindi naiintindihan ng mga tanong. How did the other senators react also? Were they feeling the same? Were they getting as impatient as Senator Tulfo?
Test at the beginning or during the beginning of the direct examination of Acosta as a hostile witness, she actually showed difficulty in speaking in Tagalog. Several times she asked for clarification on the question thrown by Attorney Ligutan. She's asking if he could expound on it. And even though Attorney Ligutan rephrases his questions, even presiding officer Senator Chis Escudero intervened and also tried to interpret or translate some of Acosta's answers in Bisaya. There also came a time wherein they tried looking for an official interpreter while the proceeding is ongoing. However, dito na kumulo yung dugo ni Senator Judge Erwin Tulfo comparing Acosta's manner of testifying here at the impeachment court in comparison with how she testified at the House Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability, wherein she was comfortable understanding English, understanding Filipino, speaking and answering in Tagalog. Even if tinanong siya dati ni Congresswoman Jinky Luistro, lahat naman daw yun nasagot ni Acosta. Kaya sinasabi ni Senator Tulfo, tigilan na raw itong panloloko. And sa pagki-question naman ni Presiding Officer Chis, sumagot naman itong si Acosta ng Tagalog.
So, what do you make of that?
Well, ang nasabi kanina ni impeachment court spokesperson Attorney Reggie Tonggol, kung babalikan natin yung pre-trial conference, the prosecution panel actually requested to allow, for the impeachment court to allow the use of both the English and the Filipino language during the proceedings. This is to ensure that there would be no miscommunication, no misunderstanding, lalo-lalo pagka may mga technical na points o mga sagot na hindi masabi ng diretsohan in English compared sa ibang regular court na English ang lengguwahe. At yun naman yung pinaka-pinapractice sa ngayon, yung English and Filipino. Pero tulad nga nung kanina na kinakailangan ng interpreter kung di raw talaga makakasagot yung tetestigo, yun naman yung gagawin kung sakaling kinakailangan. Pero yun nga, ang sinasabi naman ni Senator Judge Erwin, dati naman nakakasagot naman daw nakakaintindi ng English, Tagalog, nakakasagot ng Tagalog itong si Acosta. So bakit hindi raw siya mag-Tagalog sa impeachment ngayong araw?
Okay, sige. Panghuli na lang. Ang balita ay hindi matutuloy ang impeachment trial bukas gawa ng sama ng panahon?
Correct, says. According to a memo recently circulated by the Office of Senate President Sherwin Gatchalian, canceled muna, suspended muna impeachment trial proceeding bukas, and that would include din yung plenary session supposedly scheduled in the afternoon. Employees and other offices of the Senate will be holding their work from home setup for tomorrow. And ito'y sinasabi ni SP Gatchalian na nakadepende rin daw talaga sa kung may declaration from the palace na nakabase sa advisory naman ng NDRMO. Nakadepende rin ito sa kanilang information na makukuha tungkol sa magiging panahon sa araw na iyon. Doon sila magdedeklara ng suspension. And eto na nga, kanselado muna bukas. Wala mo ang opisina ang Senado ng face-to-face. Kaya tayo mismo ang babantayan naman natin yung pagbabaha naman. Hindi flood control scandal, yung pagbabaha naman mismo sa lansangan. Says.
Okay, so sa Wednesday, hindi pa natin alam. We'll get the announcement probably late afternoon tomorrow?
Correct, says they're taking it day by day. Kasi kaya kanina, even though nangungulit tayo kay SP Sherwin, wala pa siyang binibigay na pinal na sagot. Puwera na lang nitong just a few minutes ago yung naging advisory na from his office. And as much as possible, ang sinasabi naman ni SP, nakikita nila okay pa naman daw ngayon itong impeachment trial calendar. Isang araw pa lang na, well, ngayon 2 araw na ang suspendido, pero kaya pa naman daw. Pero as much as possible, they are finding ways para ma-expedite yung proceeding, and that may include adding additional days or adding more time to the impeachment trial proper. Kaya pinag-uusapan din daw ng senator judges yung possibility na ilipat o ibalik na sa hapon yung impeachment trial. Says.
All right. Thank you. That was mobile journalist Mary Mon Reyes reporting to us live from the Senate.